Welcome back to the Midday Reset. My name is Antoinette, and thanks for taking a break with me today. Everyday life can get stressful as we move through responsibilities and commitments, and it's nice to take a break or two. This Midday Reset is meant to serve as a mini mental vacation for your brain as you deal with it all. Let's start by clearing our space with a nice deep breath in and out. Again, in and out. Once more, in and out. Today, I want to remind you that your feelings are a choice. I say remind because I know that I am not the first person to tell you that you decide how it is that you want to feel. You can choose happiness, you can choose resentment, you can choose jealousy. These are not new revelations, but I want to return to them to let you know that you are not just an innocent bystander in a world full of stimuli centered around provoking us to react in certain ways. Allow me to draw the scenario of what being a bystander can look like in our world. City pedestrians are very familiar with the concept of puddle dodging. Cars can drive through puddles and splash nearby pedestrians during a storm. It may be malicious, it may not be, but the unaware pedestrian will always receive a soak, while the savvy pedestrian can dodge some of this by staying vigilant and taking steps to safeguard themselves, such as with an umbrella, timing your steps, or possibly even finding a different route. Our world is the same. Advertisements, public service announcements, notifications, all of those can serve as the muddy puddles of water that get splashed on us as someone simply makes their way down the path that they are on. Think about it. Those status updates that your friends post, they don't have anything to do with you. But isn't it amazing how they can affect us despite this fact? Isn't it interesting how that one comment on Instagram can set us off? And in those moments, we become the pedestrian unsuspectingly doused in dirty water if we are not careful. Rather than our physical bodies being muddied up, our consciousness gets dirtied instead. To sidestep some of that, I recommend safeguarding through simple measures. First, set some boundaries for yourself to protect your psyche. Things like refusing to pick up the phone and scroll social media first thing in the morning are an example of this. Not texting after a certain hour unless it's a family member is another example of this. Avoiding certain sources of media might help you stay calm and feeling good about yourself. There are certain people in my life who I do not text with because our communication styles often lead to misunderstandings, so phone calls it is, mostly. I also have people in my life who I would prefer to keep my communication short with because they've shown a history of hurting me through passive aggression or other dysfunction. As nice as it sounds to claim that we can simply eliminate all problem people from our lives at the drop of a hat, let's be honest. That's not the case for most. Kinda hard to cut a parent out of your life entirely, though I've seen it be done. Similarly, while the boss may be annoying, if you need the income that job provides you, you'll be stuck waiting until something better comes along or he or she quits. Sometimes we just have to tolerate the problem people, but that doesn't mean that they get to run all over us. Once you have some boundaries set and you're sticking to them, use affirmations to remind you of the happy place you're trying to stay in. If you're overly hard on yourself constantly, you'll need to see affirmations about your worth, your talents and achievements, and about going easy on yourself. If you're prone to becoming emotional, try to keep the emotional triggers around you positive. Build some good playlists of music that make you feel good. Engage in hobbies that allow you to have fun. Post happy notes to yourself. Affirm yourself. Affirmations make it so much easier to choose happiness. Lastly, if you find yourself wandering away from the happy place you try to stay in, do not fret. We all do it. We have to. Not all of life is happy. Life is stressful. It kind of has to be. The good times could not exist without the bad. But we do not have to prolong the bad times by choosing to stay in them. We can deal, we may need to heal, and it's okay to take a breather as you get over something. But at the center of your being should always be a compass pointed toward the positive. So, after you've dusted yourself off and allowed yourself to deal with the circumstance, return to your personal happiness mantra. Defaulting to the positive will make for an overall happier experience. Be sure to let us know on Instagram how it is that you are choosing your happy. You can tag us at The Midday Reset on Instagram. Thank you so much for taking a break with me today. If you wait, hold on. It's season 2, and the Midday Reset has received some upgrades. The first of which is a website located at www.middayreset.com, which is set to launch in late November 2018. You'll want to check out that website too, as it will contain information about events we are hosting, merchandise, and a sign up for our newsletter. And you're going to want to get that newsletter too, because updates on all the stuff I just mentioned to you will be politely placed in your email inbox each month so that you never miss an episode or chance to be a part of the Midday Reset community. Thanks so much for your support. If you'd like to donate to us, visit patreon.com/MDR. That's patreon.com/MDR. Take care, my friends, and I will see you next time.